They say some love stories begin with a glance across a crowded room. Mine began with a handshake that sent electricity through my entire body and the sinking realization that she was absolutely, catastrophically off limits. I was 23, drowning in art history textbooks and cheap coffee, when Professor Harrison changed everything. Not the professor herself, God no, her daughter. It was a September evening, one of those tedious academic receptions where everyone pretends the wine isn't terrible. I stood by the window, watching leaves fall when she walked in. Sophia. Dark hair catching the golden hour sunlight. A simple black dress that somehow made everyone else look like they'd tried too hard. And when Professor Harrison introduced us, when our hands touched, I swear, the air shifted. "Lucy's writing her thesis on the female gaze in Baroque art," the professor said, completely unaware that her daughter's gaze was currently unraveling me at a molecular level. "Fascinating," Sophia said, and unlike everyone else at these things, she actually meant it. "I'd love to hear more." We talked for 20 minutes that felt like 20 seconds. She was a cellist with the Boston Symphony Orchestra. She spoke about music the way I talked about art, like it was oxygen, like it was everything. When Professor Harrison pulled her away, I felt the absence like a physical ache. That night, I lay awake, replaying every word, every smile, every breath, telling myself it was nothing, just intellectual connection, too much wine. I was lying to myself, and I knew it. Friday night, she showed up at the department lecture, saved me a seat, leaned close and whispered, "I was hoping you'd come." The lecture was about Byzantine mosaics. I absorbed exactly nothing except the jasmine scent of her perfume and the way her knee occasionally brushed mine, sending shockwaves through my entire nervous system. Afterward, drinks. A quiet bar with exposed brick and dim lighting. Over whiskey sours, we stopped pretending this was casual. When I was 15, I lost my mom to cancer, I found myself saying. Art became my language when words failed. She took my hand. Music saved me too. Different reasons, but same result. Sometimes beauty is the only antidote to pain. We stayed until the bar closed, then walked through empty streets. At the corner where we had to part ways, she reached up, fingers ghosting along my cheek. "Lucy, don't," I whispered, though every cell in my body was screaming. "Your mother? She's my professor. This could ruin everything." "Or create everything," she countered softly, but she dropped her hand. "Good night, Lucy." I watched her disappear into the darkness, knowing I was already completely, hopelessly lost. The next 5 days were exquisite torture. I found her in the university practice rooms playing cello, this mournful, defiant piece that somehow captured everything we couldn't say out loud. She looked up through the window, saw me watching, and kept playing, holding my gaze while her bow danced across strings, transforming wood and horsehair into liquid confession. When she finished, she beckoned me inside. "That was beautiful," I managed. "I wrote it," she admitted, "this week." We both knew what inspired it, who inspired it. "I should go," I said, not moving an inch. "Should you?" She stepped closer. "Lucy, I leave in 3 days. Can we just exist in this bubble until then? No promises, no declarations, just this? Your mother trusts me. My mother doesn't own you or me." Her fingertips traced the outline of my hand, not quite touching. "I'm 30 years old. You're an adult. We're not doing anything wrong by feeling this, are we?" We spent those 3 days walking through gardens, attending concerts, talking about everything except the electricity humming between us. Every accidental touch felt like lightning. Every goodbye felt like dying a little. The night before she left, she appeared at my apartment with wine and a look of determined recklessness. "Lucy, I need you to know, the breakup my mother mentioned, it was with a woman, Claire. We were together 5 years. She left me for someone safer." "And you think I'm safe?" I laughed bitterly. "No, you're the cliff, the fall, the impact. Everything I should run from, but can't." She moved closer. "I need to know, is this just me? Am I alone in this insanity?" Instead of answering, I showed her my sketchbook. Page after page of her hands, her profile, her eyes. Evidence of my complete capitulation. "You see me," she whispered. "I can't stop seeing you." She kissed me then, and the world reorganized itself around that contact. We didn't sleep together that night, though God knows we both wanted to. Instead, we lay on my narrow bed, fully clothed, talking until dawn painted the walls gold, memorizing each other, building a memory to survive on. When morning came, she had to leave, back to Boston, back to her life. "What are we doing?" she asked, forehead pressed against mine. "Ruining everything," I replied. "Good," she said, and kissed me one more time. Later, Sophia texted, "Tomorrow, Old North Church, 3 p.m. I went. "This is insane," I whispered in the empty church pew. "I know. Your mother is my advisor. This could destroy my academic career." "I know." "Then why?" She turned to face me. "Because I'm in love with you. Completely, irrationally, inconveniently in love with you." The church held its breath. "I do too," I admitted. "God help me, I do." "So what do we do?" "I don't know." Here's what we did. We told Professor Harrison. Well, she figured it out first. Called me to her office 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. "Is there something happening between you and my daughter?" The directness stole my prepared deflections. "We've developed feelings for each other," I said carefully. "Nothing has happened. We both recognize the impossibility." "Lucy," she held up a hand, "I need you to really hear this. I should be furious, should transfer you to another advisor, create distance." She stood, paced to the window. "But I've spent my career studying passion, how it transforms, elevates, destroys. How can I condemn you for experiencing what I've spent decades analyzing?" She turned back to me. "After you graduate, what you and Sophia choose to do is your business. But until then, absolute professional boundaries. 5 months, Lucy. Can you do that?" "Yes." "Tell Sophia I understand more than she thinks." 5 months. December through April. The longest, hardest months of my life. Sophia and I reduced our contact to weekly texts. Brief, careful. Just enough to confirm we still existed, still remembered, still waited. 1 month down, she wrote on New Year's Eve. 4 to go, I replied. I threw myself into my thesis with desperate focus. She composed a symphony inspired by the way you looked at me in that church. In March, she broke protocol, showing up at my door, soaked from rain, eyes wild. "A colleague died," she said, shaking. 20 years old, stepped off a curb at the wrong moment, gone. And all I could think was, what if that happened to one of us? I held her tight. 2 more months, we can do this. She kissed me desperately, then left before we could make things worse. Finally, graduation day arrived. I walked across that stage, received my diploma, and became Dr. Anderson. Professor Harrison shook my hand formally, but her grip was meaningful. After the ceremony, I found them both by the oak tree where everything had started. I suppose certain professional boundaries are no longer relevant, Professor Harrison said, looking between us with resignation and something like approval. Family dinners are going to be interesting. She walked away, leaving us alone. Hi, Sophia said tentatively. Hi. I may have done something impulsive. I accepted a position with the New Haven Symphony starting September. My heart stopped. You what? Purely coincidental? She said, smiling that radiant, unguarded smile. Purely, I agreed, reaching for her hand. We kissed under the oak tree in full view of anyone who cared to look. No longer hiding, no longer forbidden. It felt like coming home after the longest journey. That was 2 years ago. We live in New Haven now, in an apartment with a music room where morning light streams through tall windows. Last week, her symphony premiered, titled September Recognition. The first year was hard. Family dinners were excruciating. But Catherine, I can call her that now, has found her peace with it. Last Christmas, after several glasses of wine, she said, "At least I know you have excellent taste in women, even if your methodology was questionable." Some love stories follow conventional paths. Ours took the scenic route through forbidden territory, professional ethics, and 5 months of exquisite waiting. But we arrived at truth nonetheless. Tonight, Sophia will finish practicing and emerge from the music room with that particular glow she gets after creating something new. We'll make dinner, probably pasta with too much garlic. We'll talk about ordinary miracles. Later, she'll trace patterns on my skin while I tell her about the painting I discovered, how the light reminded me of that first night. Some obsessions fade with possession, not this one. If anything, the daily reality of Sophia has only intensified my captivity. I know how she takes her coffee, that she practices in ratty t-shirts, that she cries at whale documentaries and laughs in her sleep. I know 1,000 small truths that have only made the large truth more overwhelming. I am completely, permanently, gratefully in love with this woman who was once my professor's daughter and is now simply mine. Sometimes the best things in life are worth the impossible wait.